It's a big shakeup. Why is that? Well, Speaker Boehner is not expected to last more than another term or two. He's been there a number of years now. Even some rumors about at the end of this year, though. He's made it pretty clear that he's going to run again for Speaker. He was reelected in his primary a number of weeks ago. I think it was back in April was the Ohio primary. But whoever's the majority leader is usually the next rung up is Speaker, number 2 in line, right after the Vice President in the succession ladder. So Eric was viewed as the next Speaker. That'll be decided here soon. I mean, it was, for the House, we were never going to take up the Senate bill. This is a 1,000-page bill. I think people realize that the system itself was broken, but the approach that the House was likely to take was a number of smaller bills. So you deal with border security, you deal with the number of H-1B visas, you deal with the Dreamer children, you deal with agriculture sector of things. I mean, whole number of things, all would have had bipartisan support. But there's, this is a big storm here last night that rolled through Richmond, and so I'm not sure exactly what happens now with. One of the roles that Eric Cantor had as majority leader is he sets the agenda. He actually indicates it's not the Speaker necessarily, but it's the majority leader who sets the legislative schedule. So I think many folks were anticipating that we would do these smaller immigration bills next month.
Not going to happen.
And that may not happen now. We'll see. It is outrageous that our veterans have to wait so long, and a number of reasons why. We don't need to get into that now, but we passed legislation, I want to say unanimously yesterday in the House, and the Senate, I'm hoping before the end of the week, in fact, can do something very similar, not too many differences. We can get this done hopefully in the next week or so, but in essence, it tells our veterans that if you've got more than a 30-day wait that's scheduled for some type of service, that you need some type of health service that you're going to need, instead of traveling, maybe you live in Traverse City, instead of traveling from Traverse City to Ann Arbor or Battle Creek, you can have your own doctor or provider right there do it, and we'll get you a voucher. I heard some stories this last week when I was home of some folks whose appointments were canceled. People were driving 4 or 5 hours to get someplace. Canceled. I mean, we can't treat our vets like that. That's just outrageous. So we have incentives to get more physicians actually in to serve the veterans. We also deal with these waits by saying you can have it at home. Let's have a little more competition at home. Maybe you want to go to that Bronson or Borges or Lakeland. Three big, pretty good, very good health facilities in my district, rather than going to someplace else across the state. Mm-hmm. Let's allow the local providers to have a chance to really help our vets, whether they be from Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, Afghanistan, who knows where.
Right.
Let's take care of them this way. And it was overwhelming when we passed it yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that the Senate's going to be right behind us.